Hello. Great start. This is Pure Nonsense, and it is almost 11:30. I already recorded one video today, which was me reacting to your clip from today. Okay, stop. I already recorded one video today, which was me reacting to your clip today. But looking at the reactions so far, I haven't seen that many negative things, and my video was really negative. Like, as in, like, when I say negative, I don't know what people understand, but I was just like, I feel like it just looked, I just looked through a negative perspective. I didn't feel excited, I didn't feel happy, I didn't feel good about the clip. So I haven't edited yet. I sent out a poll on Instagram asking my followers there whether they wanted to see it or not, and only a couple people said yes, so I wasn't sure. If you want to see it, let me know on Instagram or in the comments here. So what I thought was, because I have already watched most of the episodes, we are going to do a recap and discussion about Skam France Season 4, Episode 3, no, 2, 3, 4, okay? I'm not going to touch anything in Episode 5, but we're going to look at 3 episodes at once, because I don't really like slow burn in general. It's like a character thing for me, and I feel like Season 4 is going really slowly. It just started to pick up pace because we're almost halfway. So I'm going to watch, and as I watch, I'm probably going to add some comments and tell you what I'm thinking in general. Let's start. Oh, this clip. Okay, the second clip of episode 2 is named Sex Tape, and it is when Elu appears. I'm sad. Like, I feel like they should have been in this season more. I feel like there's some kind of unfairness when you look at Lucas season and Iman's season so far. I understand that Iman has more friend groups than Luca, because Luca only had the boy squad and the girl squad, but Iman has her Muslim friends and her brothers group of friends, and then she has the girl squad, and then she has Luca, and that friend group. I guess it's hard to include all of those, but I just don't understand how much we saw girl squad in season 3, and we're not seeing the squad from season 3, like boy squad from season 3 at all. I know Arthur and Basil made the cameo this week, but it's still not enough, I feel like. Dude, Maxence, this guy. Look, I'm looking at this, like the clip where Luca and Elliot appear. I wish, I hope that the whole plot line, including Elliot having kissed one of the balloon squad, is not there. I hope they had a fight or something that makes more sense. I hate that. I just hated that plot line where they just said, oh, Evan kissed Mikhail, and then he just dropped them like hot potato, and like then he changes school, and like there is this fight that doesn't even make sense. Like, there are so many plot holes within that. I trust David, but at the same time, because we just saw the Instagram post with Idris, a similar one was with Elliot in the past, I'm not sure. I'm doubting everything. Okay. Also, like the fact that Elliot didn't talk about it with Luca, like I don't appreciate Elliot holding it back like that, and like Iman lying for him. Okay, I understand it's maybe they don't want to talk it then, but still in general I feel like it should be something something to mention, you know. Oh, the perfect man clip. I actually, honestly, I feel like my view towards Iman and Sofyan together, like Sofimane, changed so much through the clips. The first episode where he comes and hugs her and tells her she looks amazing, that's okay. That's cute. Um, in this in the second episode, they fold laundry together. That's also cool. The part where he sits behind the door and tells her about this time where he was really embarrassed and then asks her out is cool. But then I feel like after that point, I actually started to kind of dislike Sofia. Am I going to get a lot of hate for this? I'm not sure. I feel like he's just pushing too much. Okay. Um, because at the door, for all we know, she said nothing. And then he sends her messages about like waiting, like as if she owes it to him. And then they go and like he goes in for the kiss. I'll probably mention this again when I'm rewatching that part, but like talking to her as if she should give up on her faith for him, um, or like him in one side or another, is just does not make sense to me. So that's why I feel like up until like that date night, I felt really strongly about Sofyan, and I would be like, dude, I understand you. Like, it should be okay to, you know, try to be in a relationship with a non-Muslim, but Sofyan's words actually made me take a step back. Uh, because I feel like he's just pushing her too much. I understand, okay, like if the part where he says, okay, was it your faith or you that pushed you to not message me back? Okay, I understand that. He was right there. But on the other part, um, you can't actually, like, just as she can't make him convert into this religion, he can't make her convert out of the religion. I don't even know if I explained my point, but let's continue. I will try to explain it more as we go. What else can you do with your hands? The sentence. The sentence was really good. Okay, this was this you like him clip was the one that made me think that maybe we wouldn't get this dumb Muslim non-Muslim plot. I'm sorry, but like it just doesn't feel like a good enough of a plot line for me. In OG as well, but here too. I feel like it's not it's just not a good plot, okay? Episode 3 is the appearance of Ingrid once again. Let me tell you one thing. Two things. For one, I always feel like I am the Ingrid of any social situation I'm in. Like I'm excluded, I'm an asshole. I feel like this most of the time. But I hope I'm not that bad because she is I'm coming to my number 2. She's an asshole. You know, there are people like that in the world where they try to create a situation so that all eyes are on them. Like she just wants attention. She just wants others to be below her, and that's why she talks in such a way, you know? Also the point where Imam moves out and Imam, in the place Imam moves out, Ingrid moves in, that is very like foreshadowing. Let me tell you one thing. Looking at Daphne through Luca's eyes was okay, and then through Iman's eyes is super hard. And looking at Ingrid through Iman's eyes is horrible because she's the person I like. There are so many people online that talk about my country. Okay, I openly told you guys about Turkey, right? How scam Turkey shouldn't happen, but it is already happening. And uh like I get so many, like I hear so many, I don't get it personally, but I hear so many things about Turkey that are not true. uh so so I sometimes I just want to react like Iman and be like, oh okay, like come along, I will give you a ride on the back of my camel. Like I just want to say stuff like that, like be sarcastic and be like give them the response they really like want. But perhaps that is why I feel really frustrated with Ingrid. And um, I just don't accept this whole like I don't have a friend group, I don't have friends, I just want to be included in your friend group kind of. This, like, the whole discourse feels super fake to me. Maybe because Ingrid feels super fake to me. Like, how much of a bitch is she? The reputation to keep clip. I read this whole discourse about um going on a trip when without any adults when you're like 17. My parents would not let me go. Even in university, my parents were really like doubting the idea of me going alone anywhere, even though I went to Europe alone. But I was 21 at that time. So I mean, it's not just a Muslim thing, it's a family thing, or it's just your family are worrying about you, you know? It's a wicked plan. The only wicked thing in that clip was Ingrid. I understand Iman wanting to, like, be accepted, but is it really necessary to let them drink in your house? I just don't understand. Because here's the thing. Okay, so I was going to make a point about telling people, okay, I'm a Muslim, my family is Muslim, this might be a problem because we're young, we're 17 years old. But right now I'm thinking, when I was in university, obviously everyone was over the age of 18, but I didn't drink. And whenever I went into a place, like an environment where everyone else was drinking alcohol and I was drinking Coke, it was always like everyone always used to ask me, "Oh, is it about your religion? Is it because we're Muslim? You know, um, and I always had to explain, like, okay, it's not about just religion. I just don't like the environment of everyone being drunk. But like, I would never dare bring. Still, I'm 23. I would still never let anyone bring, um, and drink alcohol in my family's house. Why? Like, it just doesn't make that much sense to me. Like, how much do you want to drink? Also, like, the point where Sofyan tries to save, I mean, saves technically, um, Iman is really sad because it is not his fault. It is not her fault, technically. I still would blame her a little for letting them drink there, but mostly Ingrid's fault. I just don't understand. No one, honestly. Um, like most of the Muslim people I know don't really look down upon people who drink. Okay, like, it's not that much of a big deal right now because most of the young population drink, and you know it's just that not that much of a big deal because you can't make people live in a certain way. It's up to them how they practice their religion or don't practice their religion. I'm super rambling right now. I'm really terrified about whether it was Idris who was kissed by Elliot. I don't know, maybe something else happened. Okay, I just watched the Drake clip again. Here's the thing. Obviously, everyone lives their religion differently, but looking at people around me right now, I'm super single. This is not, I'm not talking from experience. But like even people who have their hair covered have relationships. Obviously, as I just mentioned, like everyone lives their religion differently, but I'm not sure about the kiss, but dating someone could have been fine. I think Iman's parents would have been fine with it as well. Um, I think it is Iman who is having a hard time accepting her feelings. Um, which I'm not sure if I understand. I feel like she just feels like she doesn't fit the mold she should fit. That sentence was real weird, but like she doesn't fit the mold of a Muslim person. She doesn't fit the mold of a teenager. She doesn't fit the mold of a black person. Uh, like like all of these things are really stressing her out, and I feel like that's why she's having a hard time, accepting this thing that is going on. Okay, the next clip is about what's this? The part, I guess, the Muslim thing. The thing is, knowing all these things about this religion that is this season is about. I know some things, but I still don't understand. Maybe I keep repeating this sentence, but everyone lives their religion differently. But also, like looking at that, I'm just like, okay, so what if he's not a Muslim? As long as the discourse about, I'm a Muslim, I'm not a Muslim, why aren't you a Muslim, why are you a Muslim, that discourse, if you don't have that discourse like between Sufyan and Iman, then it's fine. If there's this discourse, of course there's going to be like an argument, if there's of course going to be like a conflict, but if you don't have that argument, okay, you're not Muslim and I respect that. If you respect my religion, okay, you are a Muslim, I respect that. I just don't believe in God. Okay, that is all. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be that. But of course, if you look at some religious things, how do I say it? Like religious writings and people like prophets saying things like, most people believe that you shouldn't, a Muslim woman cannot marry someone who's not a Muslim. So following that, of course, it's not good. Okay, so this clip, So Lonely Sometimes, I love this clip. I'm so thankful that Iman has Manon to talk about this, because like honestly, just being like thinking about it is hard, but saying it out kind of relieves that burden on your shoulders, right? And she says like, I have this, and this, and none of it is me. Like none of it is okay in a way that fits me. Like I'm black, but this happens. I'm Muslim, but this happens. I have you guys, but this happens. Like I really appreciate that this discourse was done in such a good way. Actually, I'm happy about it. If the sight of the bus stop didn't make your heart beat faster, then you're lying. Because eluded, this talk on the bus like baffles me in so many ways. It just baffles me. I don't know. Is it me that am I the problem here? Why don't I understand? Okay. So one thing to say about the talk on the bus, I understand it. But like, it feels right. Rewatching it, I feel like it's bad from both sides, because Iman is kind of like pressuring him into being a Muslim so that it would be okay for them to date. I don't know if it feels like that to everyone or just me, but I kind of feel like she wishes, like, why is he not a Muslim, kind of a feeling, not like, please be a Muslim. But like, like it would be way easier if you were a Muslim. Why are you not a Muslim? Why do you have this problem? But on his side, like, this girl is living with this, like, living through her religion, basically. And obviously, she's going to have a problem with it, and her family is going to have a problem with it, even if she doesn't. Maybe her brother is going to have a problem with it. Like, I don't know how, whether they have changed the relationship of Sofyan and Iman from Sana and Yusuf's. I feel like Iman is not being fair to Sofyan, but at the same time, Sofyan is also not being fair to Iman. I understand both of the sides, but I just, like, of course, miscommunication and not communicating properly is the biggest thing in Skam, right? So I shouldn't be this frustrated. I should be used to this. But it's still weird for me because I understand a point of view that says, like, I don't agree with everything the religion says. Of course, the main point is believing in God. Oh, I don't know. I don't know my point right now. I still don't get it completely. Like, I get the slow burn, but where are we going from this? Okay, Idris and Elliot will meet up probably this Friday. But where are we going from that? Luca fighting someone? That doesn't make sense right now. Elliot and Sofyan are on good terms, probably, because Sofyan wasn't there when the things happened. I just don't understand how are you going to fix anything right now? Maybe you might say, like, oh, you just finished episode 4, there are 6 more episodes, of course they will fix it, but what is the conflict right now? Iman not fitting in, okay? But I feel like we don't know enough about Iman right now to say, to understand how she should be fitting into this whole situation. She's not consistent on one thing. Maybe that's the point we're trying to reach, but right now I just don't understand where we're going, and I also don't really feel happy about the way we're going. I'm like, the fact that I'm judging Iman more than actually feeling in touch with her says a lot, right? Of course, everyone has different experiences with their lives, but I just don't understand. Like, I'm not sold. I keep saying this. Even in the jerk video, I kept saying I'm not sold. Today is the way I'm really off, so maybe I should finish this right now before I offend anyone anymore. I think I offended everyone. Okay. That was the ramble of 3 episodes. Wow. Until then, this has been a Spion Nonsense. I've been spewing nonsense for half an hour now. Let's stop. Bye.